Hey.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
So,
what
do we got to show?
Alright, so because we have Fly now, we can go back and rename things anytime. I went ahead and did some organization of the boxes. This is everything with a name. This is everything without a name. And then these are the guys that we have used in the past. And then these are the guys that we have been using or are over level about 40 or so.
Okay.
This box looked a little bit empty because it's actually mostly our party was sitting in there while I was renaming things also.
Oh yeah, when did we get that egg?
Right at the end of everything. I don't know what's in it. It's a normal fairy, apparently.
Yeah, we're probably...
It's not supposed to tell us that. Oh, no, wait, that's the one that we got from the professor. I think that's the mini corn or whatever the fuck.
Oh, okay. We're probably not going to keep that in the party
probably not.
No, we'll get it close to hatching off screen and then show it on screen, but we won't do that today.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So everything in this box that you can see, Harptera, Sableye, Corsola, Topprint, like everything in here does not have a name and needs one. So if you guys want, you can suggest a name for all of these. I'm sure there are tons of people who would love to suggest names, especially for these two. These two are super cool.
Yeah, and they don't have to be the greatest names.
Yeah, you can shitpost names at us.
Yeah, I'm really surprised no one's told us to name things like Pepe or Naruto.
Like, we literally have... I gotta find him in here somewhere, but we literally have Anabeads.
Which was just our way of putting in anal beads.
Way, yeah, okay. But on top of that, we've also got the names that we just did. So we have Chi-Chi the Emperilla. Mm-hmm. Kilroy the... I forget what this thing's called.
Ratsy.
Hyperfox.
Okay.
Edgy Theory.
I'm surprised that fit.
Saurus...
Charisse?
Yeah, we'll just say Charisse.
I think that's how you pronounce it. I want to say it's Welsh.
I keep wanting to say it's Saurige or something, but no, you're
I think it's
right.
Charisse. I think it's easier than you're thinking.
Charlie... Snow Sona.
Sure.
Scotty.
That's a good name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to explain that one real quick?
It's like the Norse goddess of skiing or something like that.
I think she's the Norse goddess of the hunt, but she wears skis.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised that this was the one, specifically this was the one who was suggested to be Scotty over this one, because this one literally has skis.
Whatever. They can both be goddesses of the hunt.
Deep Fried.
I like that.
And I changed the name for this one. I thought it was Amygdala. It's Amidala.
Okay.
Is what Involuntary Twitch suggested.
Okay, cool.
And just to name off who had actually suggested things. Chi-Chi is James Mason. Kilroy is James Mason. Hyperfox is James Mason. So is Edgy Theory. Charisse is Stephanie C. Charlie technically was us.
Yeah, but we couldn't remember what the name we wanted was, and someone suggested to us the name we were looking for.
Snow Sona.
It's the Chupacabra from Dexter's Lab.
And Stephanie was the one who clarified it for us. Snow Sona is James Mason. Scotty is Stephanie. Deep Fried is James. Amidala again is Involuntary Twitch. The creator of the Pokemon in this game, like the lead artist.
Most of them. I think there was more than one artist who was involved, but she's like the lead.
There's a lot of people here. Super Fry, I want to say we suggested.
Well,
I don't remember.
The thing was, I said in a video that we had looked up information on Daikatana and found out one of the characters was named Superfly Johnson, and I was like, we should just name it that. Who suggested Super Fry?
That was me.
Oh,
because
the punster.
Somebody pointed out that they had come up with a name for it and suggested it, but then pointed out that Superfly is a really good name too. And I went, okay, so it's Superfry now.
Okay.
Neither of these actually have names. This one had a name suggested, but I don't really want to go with it because it was Tommy, like Tommy's the burger joint. But we have a Tom here, and I feel like having both of them at the same time feels a little bit like that's not going to work super good. But I mean, if we get people in the suggestions going, no, don't worry about it, it doesn't matter. It's like, okay, yeah, we'll go with it. I don't have any problem going with it. Let's see. So everything in here, I think, is exactly
a lot of these we named.
Yeah. So the ones that were left were like Falcor, and that's it.
Yeah, you didn't name Noop? Noop is still jello?
Yeah, nobody suggested.
I thought we were just going to be.
You know what? Because he's on the party right now. I will go and I'll name him Noop.
Oh, we're christening Noop on screen.
Yep. So I'm actually in Beale Beach. We'll immediately come back here because I wanted to explain something. Because I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but when we originally did things in the casino, I said I wasn't going to explain how I do the casino, right?
I don't remember. I remember making a joke about you having a gambling problem.
Yeah, I feel like I kind of didn't explain it. Like I chose not to explain how to play Voltorb Flip correctly.
I still don't know how to play that shit.
Yeah, I think maybe I will show you guys. Do you think that would be a good use of our time real fast?
Yeah, just a quick little thing. I mean, it doesn't take very long to play that game,
No,
right?
no, it's very quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and
on the wireless keyboard.
Yeah. So N-U-P.
Hold on, you just named it like 3 different porns.
Okay. Sorry, that's because I was pressing X on the control pad. I think. Ironically, that's
how you've been spelling it in your head.
Is that not how you spell it?
No, N-O-O-P. But we can go with that.
Okay.
I mean, if you flip it upside down, his name is Nude, but okay.
Well, I don't care.
Nope.
Noopity noop. Okay.
He's our boy. We
Noop
hatched him from an egg and raised him into a horse or something.
Yeah, I don't know. He's that weird thing from Evolution, the movie, the series for the movie.
I've never seen that movie or series.
Yeah, the series, they were given a Slimer equivalent because that series didn't originally have a Slimer in the movies. And they gave him one and it was like a yellow, it's some kind of ugly llama looking thing, but it was really squat and really small and it had 3 eyes and it just ate a lot and slobbered on everyone.
Late 90s animated series of adult shows, folks.
So I figured I'd go ahead and show you guys how to do this. On the off chance that you guys don't know how to play Voltorb Flip, efficiently, I was playing through it and I was thinking, you know what, I could do a little bit of this just to show people because I feel like I completely skipped over it the first time.
I remember you showing me the screen. I don't remember what we did.
Okay, so Voltorb Flip is a game that was introduced during 4th gen as a replacement for the slots because
gambling.
Because gambling in the UK, specifically in Germany, is frowned upon greatly to the point where it's cut out of video games. And Game Freak of the UK and Game Freak of America, just before Heart Gold Soul Silver came out, merged into one company. And because Game Freak, or rather the Pokemon Company Europe...
Yeah, it wasn't Game Freak
No,
themselves.
it was the Pokemon Company Europe and the Pokemon Company America merged. Pokemon Company Europe never translates the game corner. They just completely cut it out, or they'll leave like ways for you to just pay for coins, and that's it.
Which is incredibly unfun.
It's super unfun. And in later versions of Pokemon, it basically wound up being that they just stopped doing game corners straight up because it was too much of a hassle for their localization teams in other countries. But before they did, in Heart Gold Soul Silver, they came up with Voltorb Flip, which was meant to replace the roulette, and apparently still wasn't good enough for them.
You mean the slots?
Yeah, sorry.
Wait, was there roulette?
There was a roulette in
Because I know there was a roulette
Gold and Silver, I want to say, right?
There was one in Ruby and Sapphire.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. But it replaced everything.
Yeah. You just are not allowed to place bets on a game of chance.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
This includes things like claw machines, apparently. You're not allowed to do arcades. That's what I've heard. In Europe, you can't do arcades where you win tickets.
What the hell?
Yeah, this is what I've heard. I don't know for sure.
I feel so bad for Europe right now.
So it's a little bit Minesweeper. There are Voltorbs sitting underneath some of these cards and numbers under others. The numbers go from 1 to 3, so 1, 2, and 3, no higher. 1s are not worth points, but 2s and 3s are worth points.
Okay.
The corners of the map will tell you this row here has 0 Voltorbs and 7 points. Mm-hmm. This one has 6 points and 0 Voltorbs. But then if you look down at the bottom, this one has 1 Voltorb and 6 points. This one has 6 points and 1 Voltorb, that sort of thing. So what you want to do if you want to play this game efficiently is, first of all, you undo all of the rows that have 0 Voltorbs. Because why would you pick anything else to start out with? Mm-hmm. Then what you want to do... there's one more, hold on. Yep. Then what you want to do is go in and say, okay, which rows add up to 5? So this row here, which is 3 points and 2 Voltorbs, adds up to 5, which means there are 2 Voltorbs in here and 3 ones. Ones aren't worth points, so they're not worth uncovering.
Okay.
Because you can't even go forward with that. So what you want to do is mark them as all being Voltorbs. Doesn't matter. So then we come in and we go, okay, here's another one. And then there was another one here, but that one had 0 Voltorbs in it anyway, we could tell. So then we want to say, okay, so this has 6 points and 1 Voltorb in it. That means that because we know there's a 2 in this, the rest are 1s. Because if this is a Voltorb, this is a 1, this is a 1, this is a 1, this is a 2. Oh, wait, no, I miscounted. Wait, no, one of those is a 2. One of those is a 2.
I can see how this is like Minesweeper, though.
Yeah, so this one here, though, is a good example, because this is 3, which means we have a 1 here, so that's 4, which means we have 2 Voltorbs and a 1. So it's pointless to, flip any of those. So what we come down to is we've got this column, which is 6 and 1, this one, which is 6 and 1, this row, which is 6 and 1, and this row, which is 3 and 3, which is a huge pain in the ass. Meaning that this row here has to have a 2 in it somewhere, because there's 3 Voltorbs and we know that there's a 1. And this column here has a 1 and 1 Voltorb, so we know that there's at least 2 1s, which means that there's got to be 2 2s. And then this one here, we see 2 1s, and if that's a Voltorb, then the last ones would have to be 2 3s, right? So this is getting confusing. Sorry, not 2 3s. No, 2 2s. So we know for a fact that this one, which is 3 and 3, has to have a 2 in it somewhere. So this is a good candidate for being a 2. Like through process of elimination. That's a very good candidate for being a 2. However, this one, if this is a 1 and this is a Voltorb, then this could be a 2 and this could also be a 1, which means this is a 50-50 split.
Okay.
And one of them could be a 1, one of them could be a 2, but it's very likely that one of them is a Voltorb and the other one is a 2. And then when you look at this, you've got 6 and 1, and we know that there's a 1, and we have at least 1 here, which means the rest of these are also going to be 2s, potentially. So what we want to do is stop and think, and we go, okay, for this one, we see where the 1 is, we see where there's at least 1 more 1 and a Voltorb, so the likelihood of this being a Voltorb is lower because it would have to be a Voltorb and a 3, which is unlikely given the other 2 columns that we have.
I'm not following perfectly well.
Basically, by process of elimination, we're going to pick the lowest common denominator for holding Voltorb, which I believe to be this square.
That's not what lowest common denominator means.
I know, but lowest chance.
Okay.
Which I believe to be this one, which I was correct, it's a 3. That also means that because that's a 3, this one makes it 4, makes it 5, means that this is probably either a 1 or a Voltorb.
And neither of those are worth touching.
No. At least as far as I can... Let me run my head through this again. 1, 2, 3... Yeah, that would have to be a 1. Which means because we haven't figured out everything in this row, this one's correct. And the last one was a Voltorb or a 1, and the board auto-clears.
So that only gave you 36 coins, and
Yep.
you had like 4,000 coins.
Yep.
Josh likes Voltorb flip.
Well, I don't have to explain it every single time, is the positive point of that. Because, honestly, if I'm just doing it by myself, I can kind of run it through my head and play the numbers. It's not too hard. Because, I'm playing with my feet right now, too. This is amazing.
No? What?
Yeah, I'm using my toe to press on the keyboard. I just realized.
Oh, God, because you don't have that one mapped to the controller?
Yeah, no, I don't have it mapped to the controller.
What the hell? There you go, folks. Josh, we're going to bring up the foot cam.
We
don't have a foot cam.
That's gross. I don't want a foot cam.
Yeah.
Let's see. One of those is going to be 2. One of them's going to be a 1. This one's going to be... 3 on this means that we've got 2 1s and 2 Voltorbs. Can this be... Yes. Okay. Like that. And then 3 with a Voltorb means that the rest of these are 1s, which means this is the last one on the board.
72 coins. Is it because level 2
Yeah,
doubles
so
it?
every time you successfully clear a board, it goes up a level. And I think it goes up to 10, and then you sit on 10. But the
That would be like
difficulty increases
Would
every
that be
time
like
as well.
360 coins every win?
It's a lot of coins every win. I don't remember the exact numbers for that. I just I just remember how to play. That's like I don't really need to remember anything else about it. But yeah, you get quite a few coins every time you win. Here's an issue, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have any 0 Voltorbs at all, so I have to pick which one to me feels like the most likely. So I have to look at the numbers and be like, okay, so
you've
here's
got a row
8
that
in
says
this,
8, yeah.
and there's 2 in this, but there's 8 in this, and there's 1. So 8 and 6, and 8 and 6 and 1 for both of these, I feel would be the best choice.
Mm-hmm.
And half the time I choose it, it winds up being a Voltorb. Really lucky it didn't do it that time.
Oh, yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 has to be a 3. Because this is a 6 and one of these is a 1, that means that we've got 2, 3.
Josh has a gambling problem.
Josh has a gambling problem. Yeah, I'm
This
aware.
isn't gambling, though.
It's a little gambling.
It's a minesweeper problem.
It's still kind of gambling.
There is still a
3
level
with
of chance, but it's
2
much
means
more
that the last
controlled
one
than a
has to
slot
be
machine.
2. 2 with 5 and 1 means that this has to be that. Yeah. See, so this is how I spend a lot of my time grinding in the early game. This is what I was doing to get
this is how we got
Mechahotzilla. And I'm not going to do any more than this, by the way. I just wanted to point out that this is how you do this game. Like, I felt like it was kind of important to do.
Yeah, because your gambling problem made it seem really
Yeah, well,
urgent.
I wanted other people to see how exactly that game is played, just on the off chance that there are people who maybe don't understand that particular one. This is just slots.
Yeah, there's
This doesn't
regular
matter.
slots.
Yeah.
These are just standard 4th gen slots, right?
Yeah, these are just standard.
Although there's no
slots.
second screen, so you don't get the Clefairy that goes around.
Yeah, it doesn't let you do that one.
So I'm just going to be on record saying that I think gambling is an important part of childhood because you kind of, first of all, you learn how to lose. I think that's important for children.
Yeah.
You learn to assess risks. You learn about probability. You learn the consequences of starting fights with your friends when you lose. Like, there's just a lot of things about the whole, gambling thing where if you're doing it in a controlled environment where, like, adults can be the mediator for things and, like, tell you, you lost, suck it up, where the stakes are low, I think that's an important part of, like, learning stuff as a kid. And they try to ban that in Europe? Do all the kids in Europe just not understand probability now? That's not how that works.
Not as well as we might.
Yeah. Like, if you live in, like, Germany, you don't constantly calculate the odds in your head before you do something risky. In America, you think about it as, like, I'm gonna get big money from doing something stupid, and we go do stupid stuff. Because we're Americans.
Yeah. Pretty much. All I remember is that when I was in, like, 5th grade, I did an entire unit in math that was based on probability, and it involved us coming up with our ideas for casino games and making them real.
That sounds rad.
Running an in-class casino for a whole day, and that was the entirety of our day.
That sounds fucking amazing.
It was pretty cool. Yeah, I remember it. It was awfully fucking rad. You can also buy coins, obviously, but I try not to do that. Yeah. When we started out, like, earlier today, before I did even a little bit of grinding, we had 100 coins. We had 4,000 when we just went in, but I did buy
earlier
some
today?
Of those. Yeah, earlier today.
Why? What are we doing with coins that you needed to get them?
Nothing just yet, but I did notice, and we are going to come back, and I'm probably going to wind up having this maybe in the next session that we do. I'm just going to point this out really quickly. They did add prizes during one of the patches.
Oh, okay, cool.
Specifically, they added Dromsomite, which is Dromasoma, the pigeon with, like, peacock things. And the Unidentified Fallen Object, which is the Mega Stone for Tommy Wiseau.
I like that they didn't just name it, like, S52Y.
No, yeah, because that Pokemon supposedly got a name that is just like a classification because it's an alien.
So you're gonna want to get that, but we'll do it later.
Yeah, we're not going to do that now. I'm not going to do that now.
That's cool.